That's what being in love is. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sasha if you're new here. And so today I want to share with you guys a concept that I've been learning about, which is super cool. If you are on a spiritual journey, if you are raising your consciousness, if you are interested in a deeper relationship, then I feel like this video is for you. Today I'm going to be talking about concepts that I learned from a book called The Power of Now. This is what it looks like. Excuse the mess, but it's from Eckhart Tolle, and he's an author and like a spiritual teacher. And this is my first book that I've read from him. And today I want to just touch on relationships. It's from chapter 8. And it's this idea that I had never heard before and that I thought was super interesting, so I wanted to share with you guys. This book is called A Guide to Spiritual Enlightenment. So basically it's taking a spiritual look at our lives and seeing where we can grow and just like a fresh new perspective. So many times we think of a relationship and we think like a relationship is supposed to make us happy. And that's why we seek it, or that's why we think we want one, is to feel more happiness and joy. That's like a concept that I feel is universal, that a lot of people just subconsciously believe in, like, okay, I'm looking for a partner so that I can feel happy. But this book has a new perspective. And this book says that a relationship is not present to make you happy. A relationship is present to make you conscious. And when you really stop and think about that, no one can make you happy. And I think that that's what he means. Like, happiness is an inside job. It's not just a meme, that's not just a quote. Like, literally, no one can go in your body and just make you happy, right? A lot of times we think that someone might do something like a gesture or something that will make us happy, but the happiness is coming from inside of you. Maybe they've done something that made you recognize that happiness within yourself or spark that happiness within yourself, but it's just like a realization of your own feelings. Your partner makes you recognize the feelings within yourself. Let me read you a passage from the book, and maybe that will clarify what I'm trying to say here. Okay, this is on page 158. It says, so whenever your relationship is not working, whenever it brings out the madness in you and in your partner, be glad. That was the unconscious being brought to the light. It's an opportunity for salvation. Every moment, hold the knowing of that moment, particularly in your inner state. If there is anger, know there is anger. If there is jealousy, defensiveness, the urge to argue, the need to be right, an inner child demanding love and attention, or an emotional pain of any kind, whatever it is, know the reality of that moment and hold the knowing. The relationship then becomes your spiritual practice. So it's really cool because it's basically saying that like your partner is a reflection of you. If they make you mad, again, no one can make you feel anything. If they do something and you feel mad within yourself, they are making you conscious of how you feel. Whatever you're feeling, good or bad or whatever the situation. So again, relationships are not, from a spiritual perspective, relationships are not there to make you happy. They're there to make you conscious. They're there to make you realize those feelings of happiness within yourself. You know, so for example, I'll use an example. Let's say that you're married, okay? And I'm gonna say from a woman's perspective, you're married, right? You come home from work or whatever the case, you're in the kitchen cooking. Let's just say that you ask your husband or your partner to take out the trash because you're busy cooking dinner and doing the dishes or whatever. And then they say, okay, but then like 20 minutes later, they haven't done it. And then that makes you angry, right? So in your head, you might think like, they made me mad. Like, they said they were going to do something and they didn't do it. Well, really what it is it's not that they made you mad. It's that that situation made you realize how you're feeling inside. So you're probably feeling overwhelmed or underappreciated or, you know, whatever. But that anger is not caused by them. It's like, it's a reflection of how you feel inside. So then when we look at our relationships this way, it's beautiful, because then you're actually growing as a person. You know, your partner is drawing out, is making you realize, making you aware, which is what consciousness is making you aware of yourself, you know? And obviously I would think in a healthy relationship, you are going to be feeling feelings of joy more often than any other feelings, you know, because they're like bringing out the best in you. We've heard that saying before. I want to read another the next part of the passage. So it says, the relationship then becomes your spiritual practice. If you observe unconscious behavior in your partner, hold it in the loving embrace of your knowing so that you won't react. So basically, meaning like, let's say your partner says something that you find completely out of line. Then you want to, you know, they're not coming from, let's say, the clearest place. You want to acknowledge how that makes you feel and leave space for it. So you don't want to react. You don't want to start a fight. Like, what is that going to do? Now you're just going back and forth, taking jabs at one another. For what? They said something. Again, it's a reflection of how they feel, and you want to allow space for that and look at it from a neutral space. You don't want to react, because it's just going to start a fight. So when we see our relationships from the spiritual perspective, it's just a chance to know ourselves more and take action with one another from a conscious place instead of being unconscious. And if you are into this type of information, then hit the like button. Okay, so let's keep reading. The next page says, humanity is under great pressure to evolve because it's our only chance of survival as a race. This will affect every aspect of your life, and close relationships in particular. Never before have relationships been as problematic and conflict-ridden as they are now. As you may have noticed, they are not here to make you happy or fulfilled. If you continue to pursue the goal of salvation through a relationship, you will be disillusioned again and again. So he's saying that if you think a relationship is there to make you happy or to complete you, you're going to be in trouble and you're going to be let down over and over and over again. It is not your partner's job to make you happy. They literally can't do it. Happiness comes from within. You are already whole. They are not your missing piece. That is an illusion from Disney movies. And I love Disney movies, but some of them, but we've been made to believe that your missing pieces out there, and once you come together, you're whole and complete. No, you are already whole and complete. You should already, happiness comes from within. I can't say it enough because it's just so important to ingrain this, because once you realize it comes from within, then no one can take it away. Then it's not dependent on outside forces and coming and going with the people or the waves or the, circumstances of the world. You can't have your happiness dependent on those things, because then you are not understanding your own power. How you feel comes from within. It's so important to know this. And you guys, I definitely didn't know this in my 20s. These are new concepts for me, but that's why I'm sharing them with you, because I feel like they're important and they also give you a sense of peace. It just gives you a fresh perspective. Okay, so it says, if you continue to pursue the goal of salvation through a relationship, you will be disillusioned again and again. But if you accept that the relationship is here to make you conscious instead of happy, then the relationship will offer you salvation, and you will be aligning yourself with the higher consciousness that wants to be born into this world. For those who hold on to the old patterns, there will be increasing pain, violence, confusion, and madness. And then a few lines down it says, sanity, consciousness can only come into this world through you. You need not wait for the world to become sane. So that's all I'm going to share from the book, but I just think it's a really cool concept, because when you look at your relationship this way, romantic or platonic, it's like you understand that like we are like gods in human form. We are humans, but we are expressing our spirit, which is connected to our higher self and connected to God. So the relationships, the encounters we have with other beings, they should serve to get to know yourself better. And that's it. It's not about a relationship making you happy. It doesn't have the power to do that. That puts too much strain on the other person. What are we doing to each other out here when we have such expectations of perfection or whatever? We're expecting like other people to fulfill our needs, but we need to be the ones to fulfill our needs, you know, and your partner can be a reflection of you. So again, I hope that this made some sense. I hope that you learned something cool from this. Definitely check out this book if you are interested in spirituality, if you're interested in like knowing yourself more. This is what it looks like, The Power of Now. I know it's like a really famous book. And yeah, Eckhart Tolle. So drop me a comment. Have you read this book before? What do you think about this concept? Do you think a relationship is there to make you happy? What if you change your perspective and see that a relationship is there to make you more conscious, which means more aware of yourself? And the cool thing about this too is like, so let's say your partner does something to make you realize how you feel inside. And we can feel so many ways subconsciously, you know, that we didn't know. So let's say they say something that triggers you. It's not about what they said. It's about, so what they said that triggered you basically is making you aware of what was dormant in you. And that can be a collective unconscious belief or come from personal trauma or whatever. But if they say something that rubs you the wrong way, it's not about them. It's about why are you feeling the way you're feeling. They are uncovering for you the feelings that you have within yourself. They're making you more aware of who you are, of what you believe, of what you're feeling, of what's inside of you. So a relationship definitely serves the purpose to help you to grow and to evolve, you know, and then you do that for them as well. I hope that I got some of these points across. If I find a link for the book, I'll put that down below. If you've read the book, let me know. Let me know what you think about this. Let me know if you agree with his concept, because I know that I do. And yeah, a relationship is there to make you conscious, not to make you happy. So it's definitely, it's different. It's a different way to look at our romantic relationships from a spiritual perspective. And that's it, you guys. So I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I will see you in my next one. Don't forget to subscribe if you enjoy talking about like spiritual things and beauty, wellness. I love diving into these type of topics, and lately with Venus in my sign, I'm just all about love. Love recently, so I'm probably going to be talking more about like love and relationships and things like that right now. So if you enjoy this type of conversation, then hit the subscribe and hit the like button for me, and I will see you in my next video.